The National Insurance Corporation has provided support to out-of-work St. Lucians through its Economic Relief Program. Government's continued payment of salaries of civil servants and the focus on manufacturing and construction activity have provided a measure of respite in the face of the pandemic-induced recession. However, many are still feeling the pinch as GDP numbers tanked, the economy stagnated, struggling businesses shutter, and hundreds of St. Lucians, especially in the tourism sector, are laid off and furloughed. Despite fiscal constraints, the Prime Minister announced an extension of the NIC-backed Economic Relief Program, ERP, to September 2020 to ease the nerves of anxious St. Lucians. However, Independent Senator Dr. Adrian Augier has misgivings about the efficiency of the program.
According to the announcement that I heard on the radio, NIC indicated that they were just starting to process May, and we're in June. In fact, we're in July. So I think that pace is not fast enough because for many people that's the only option they have. So you don't want to be in a situation of too little too late. So I think what we can do is find ways to accelerate the processing, maybe additional staff, maybe additional hours. I know it's difficult and costly time for the economy, but definitely we need to improve upon that because people are waiting. People are waiting for this as, in some cases, their only hope of sustaining themselves.
Economic diversity has been touted as the new normal for the sustainability of the island. The uncertainty surrounding the travel industry, given the surge in COVID-19 cases in the US, Brazil, and the European nations, has forced many countries to re-evaluate travel protocols.
As the Prime Minister mentioned in his closing remarks to the budget, we don't know if there's going to be increasing uncertainty. Certainly the market conditions in the US for tourism are not good for us. The EU has just declined to admit American visitors to its shores, so the US is off the list of countries that can come. I mean, that has to give us concern as well. So hopefully what happens is that we can get the domestic economy, and this is my fundamental point, we need to get the domestic economy as well positioned as possible now, get out of the way in terms of businesses reopening and get some money flowing in the economy as quickly as we can among ourselves, because there is no immediate promise of massive change coming from the tourism industry.
For its part, the current administration has launched an aggressive Love St. Lucia campaign to shore up local consumption to stimulate the domestic economy. However, Dr. Augier posits that it needs to be complemented with the easing of regulatory restrictions he believes stifles economic activity, especially in the entertainment sector.
If we are COVID-free, then the business of social distancing and masks is wonderful but not necessary. We have to decide. Either we are COVID-free or we are not COVID-free. If we are to take advantage of our position, which we have wonderfully achieved, then we must not have these restrictions. Get the economy moving. The arts and entertainment sector needs to be up and running. Entertainers have not worked since March. The event sector is closed down. You can't have a funeral, a wedding, or a gathering without serious restrictions once you cross a certain number. We can do away with that now. However, let me caution that if we do open the economy to tourism, we will have to revert to those things to protect ourselves. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying be irresponsible, but I am saying wherever possible, let's get people back to work.
St. Lucia's new normal has consisted of social distancing, face masks, and increased sanitizing practices, all in an effort to limit community spread. With the island announcing a 100% recovery rate, Dr. Adrian Augier is calling for a new dispensation for the economy. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.